Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Hello from the road again. Come here. Hello, Captain. I'm a transplant to St. Paul, Minnesota, and I'm wondering if I should move to another location for better living job perspectives or remain in St. Paul. I'll tell you right now, I hate the Twin Cities, and I would not recommend any young person live here. It's cold, and that's one of the main, go warm, get out of the Twin Cities. But we'll continue on. A little history on how I ended up in St. Paul. After I was honorably discharged from the military, I moved to St. Paul to attend the University of St. Thomas, thinking I was going to receive a sound Catholic education. Ha! Unfortunately, I was still in my idealistic phase of my life, and I majored in English. But the bittersweet reconciliation is that the military and the university paid for all of my tuition, and I have no student loan debt. Alright. However, I am stuck with this worthless English BA and have no remaining GI benefits to collect. I was thinking of obtaining a paralegal certificate from Hamlin University. No. Hamlin sucks. Don't go to Hamlin. Hamlin's like the bottom feeder of law schools, and you're just going for the paralegal. Do not go to Hamlin. So I'm reading on my phone. It's hard to read fine like this. But that will cost me $20,000 plus. I've just completed another tour in Afghanistan and have the money to pay for the certificate outright without taking student loans. But I'm still not sure if that is the profession that I would want to venture into, and whether that will be a sound career choice. Given that I do have an English degree, that would seem like the most logical course to take. Look, what I would do is just cut your losses and run with the English degree. It's like building, your foundation is made of sand or gravel. It's just weak. Don't keep building on it. Admit you made the mistake, and don't make the next mistake. This is like doubling down, like, oh, I got my degree in sociology, I'm gonna get my master's in sociology. Don't be an idiot. Alright, so get out of it. You're gonna have to do something completely different. There is also this MBA program for non-business majors built at the University of Seattle that I was looking at. Through the University of Seattle that I was looking at. But I don't know about that either. And that would cost me $25,000 to complete, plus the cost of living in Seattle. Yeah, don't get your MBA. Don't not get your MBA unless it's Harvard or Princeton and it's all for connections. An MBA is worthless. I like to find a profession where I don't have to work long hours, but the pay is good, and I open myself to the prospect of obtaining some trade. I just don't know what that might be. Alright, look. If you don't want to work long hours, but you want to make a lot of money, then by default what you're telling me is you want a high wage. You want to make a lot of money per hour. And that means you have to go online and find out what pays a lot per hour. Now, I've gone over this a million times, but there are high-end engineering programs, petroleum engineers, electrical engineers, maybe become a surgeon. Chimney sweepers make a lot per hour. Assholes make a lot per hour. Unfortunately, not a really big field there's hiring right now. But if you don't want to spend 8 more years in school, there's the trades, and the trades make a handsome wage. Carpenters, electricians, plumbers, chimney sweepers, as I mentioned before. I always found that amazing. They were taking $125 an hour. I was like, what, really? I'll go get dirty. I'll breathe in soot. So, that's the only way. Otherwise, if you're not willing to work long hours, and I got news for you, there's no option but working hard and working smart. But if you don't want to work long hours, then you need to increase the value of 1 hour of your labor. And that requires a skill of some kind. Not a typist, not a fucking paralegal, something that society demands and wants. Programmer, something. The problem is that my time in St. Paul has been guys, English, have been sort of a bed of roses. I worked really hard while in the military, and I had accumulated some money, which I had in savings when I was going to school. I also had the post 9/11 GI Bill, so I was receiving E5 BAH while I attended school. left me with some play money each month. I also thought the cost of living in St. Paul was unreasonably high, given that this is a Midwest state, but did not really give much discomfort to it because I was getting BAH every month, I guess a housing allowance. So now that my GI benefits are exhausted, I am now left wondering, should I stay in St. Paul and try and make it work, or should I move elsewhere where the cost of living is a little cheaper? I have $40,000 in savings from my tour in Afghanistan, but I don't want to waste my money on a city just because it has really nice bike trains and lovely ladies, lovely lakes. I really love St. Paul, Minneapolis. The only complaint I have about Minnesota is the winter and the Somalians, but I won't get into that issue. Also, since I am now officially a Minnesota resident, I qualify for the Minnesota GI Bill, so I should collect on that and then move, or should I collect on that and then move, or should I just move and forget about the state benefits? And maybe there's a city out there that is just as nice as Minneapolis, St. Paul, without the high rent. What should I do? I'm single, I have never been married, I have no kids, I have no credit card or no car payment. I'm awesome. 36 years old, I want to be a minimalist, right? You don't need that much money. I don't want to get married or have kids, say too much divorce, but I want to live in a lively city with a good scene. St. Paul, Minneapolis, Denver, Chicago, those are lively cities with good scenes. I don't necessarily want to live in the epicenter of the city, just somewhere I can escape if I want to take my date to a nice dinner and have an eclectic night out on the town. One request: stop telling New Yorkers to leave. They can stay in their shitholes they were born in. They don't need to pollute the rest of the U.S. They never purge themselves of their mentality that they are New Yorkers. That's all I heard in the military. I'm a New Yorker. Who gives a fuck, condescending assholes? They think they're some special breed of humans just because they are geographically born in some locality. Sincerely, our young military individual. Here's what different strokes, different folks. If you like St. Paul and Minneapolis, I personally don't understand why, but you like St. Paul and Minneapolis. And if you like it there, then yeah, take the Minnesota GI Bill and do something with it. But no matter where you go, no matter where you live, it is going to make the remaining 45 years of your life expectancy a hell of a lot easier if you have a skill or a trade that's in demand and pays a fairly high wage. And that's going to allow a couple things. One, less stress trying to find a job. Two, if you are a minimalist, you can work part-time and pay for everything and not have to worry about it. And three, you'll save up the savings very quickly, so you'll have a fuck you money fund. And in case you ever get a lippy boss, you can just leave and go somewhere else. Me personally, I don't know. I'd go back into the military and see if you can't do another bunch of tours or get some kind of desk job or something. I don't know if they take you back if you're out for good or whatever. If you can't go back, but maybe National Guard, reserves, something where you at least keep your toe in the military, because the benefits are definitely worth it in terms of tuition reimbursement and medical care and all that other stuff. But otherwise, yeah, I'd say get your ass to trade school. Learn how to program computers, computer networking, something. You could be a surgeon, I don't know, but you don't sound like the surgeon type, because that's full-time work. That's more than full-time work. I don't think you want more of a relaxed type of lifestyle. But since you're not going to have kids or a wife, find yourself a nice little apartment. The Point. I had a buddy that rented a studio apartment at The Point. He liked it very much, very reasonable, right downtown. You know what I'm talking about because you are from St. Paul. But yeah, if you like St. Paul, cool. But you got to get a trade. And then once you get a trade, it's going to be pretty easy to move wherever else you want. So, what is it? Metro State, I'd see what Hennepin County, Ramsey County Technical Center, or Anoka County. See what they got for their trade programs. Find something that interests you. But don't begin your MBA, your master's in English, or maybe I'll become a teacher. No, don't do that fucking shit. Get a skill where you're your own boss. You can set up, Bob's Plumbing, and then make your little bit of money, and then just live your life and enjoy it. I strongly recommend, though, before you do any of that, you take some of that $40,000 and you go on a cross-country tour, and you spend a week in different states and different, each. I recommend Denver. I recommend Dallas. I recommend Las Vegas. I recommend Phoenix. I recommend, Miami, Sarasota, Tampa. Check out those places. Raleigh, Durham, Nashville. Just check out these other towns that are in the South, because I know you're 36 again. That winter wears on you. Definitely wears on you, man. So go travel a little bit. Let your brain digest all this. Take your time. You've earned it. You served the country. If anyone deserves to go on a worldwide tour, not worldwide, countrywide tour, do that. And then as you're driving around, kind of piece things together. Think about what you want to do education-wise or trade skill-wise. And and then I can't answer it for you. I can't tell you exactly what to do, but I can put you in the right environment and give you the right variables to contemplate and think about. That you'll do better than had you not thought about any of this at all. Anyway, best of luck. Thanks you very much for the service.